Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Noe. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about
Good, thank you. I do apologize for the late meeting there. How's your day going so far?
Doggy Day Care, translates to other people as a lot of fun and games, but it's pretty busy.
Okay. So, any plans coming up this weekend?
You can't really make too many plans when you're kind of running a daycare. A lot of the owners tend to go out on the weekends, so it's pretty much our busiest time.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is like a 24/7 program?
More or less, it's a higher price to have them kind of overnight, but we do have staff members stay with them, yeah.
Oh, that's good. What kind of breeds do you guys have, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, no problem. We actually have all breeds, from the biggest to the smallest, from Great Danes to teacup Pomeranians and stuff like that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hopefully there's no fights that occur or anything like that.
Well, sometimes that, tends to happen with, the bigger dogs getting attacked by the smaller dogs. You know how that goes.
Yes. Okay, well, the reason why, or the purpose of this meeting is because I would like to introduce you to our new product.
Okay.
We've been open or in business for approximately 15 years or so.
Okay.
Now, this is one of our new products that just came out.
Okay.
Okay, like I mentioned, the name of the company is Rise and Shine.
Okay.
Okay, and pretty much, what kind of foods do you guys give your dogs?
We tend to try to give them the dry foods, but, some of the dogs are a little picky, so we have to mix in the wet foods as well with the dry foods.
Yeah.
And, to kind of encourage them to eat it, so we'll kind of mix it in and make it a little more appetizing for them.
Okay, so they refuse a lot to eat. What do you do in that case when they refuse?
We just try to make it look as good as possible. Maybe sometimes they feel intimidated by another dog around them, so we'll kind of seclude them. But more or less, the only reason why they'll kind of refuse to eat the food is when it's only dry food. So like I said, we have to add wet food as well.
Is it the bigger dogs, small dogs?
It's kind of all of them, some of them actually really swell. They have, a really good family that they're with, so they only eat wet food, and, they come to dry food and it just does not look appetizing, I guess.
Okay, so you pretty much feed them dry food like you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was dry. Okay, and when you serve that portion to the dog, do they get full? Do they refuse to eat? What happens?
They might refuse to eat in the beginning, but pretty much instincts with everyone. You gotta eat sometimes. So they'll eat the food. As far as them getting full, I'm not too sure about that. We give them the portions, like the appropriate for their size, and for the most part, most of them will eat it. Like I said, as long as there's wet food as well.
Okay. So when you just mentioned wet food, what do you guys give them that's wet?
Well, we have the dry food in the bag, and we'll have an employee kind of walk around and fill the dishes for the dogs, and then we'll also have some canned wet food, gravy or whatever it is that they have, and then we'll just kind of put the dry food along with the wet food and just kind of mix it in for them.
So one from the can and the other one from the bag.
Yeah, two different.
I see. Okay. Well, knowing what we actually do, we help out other type of breeds and dogs here. Okay, it gives them long-lasting, healthy lifestyle, of course, and it's a 2-in-1 serving. As you can tell, this is one of the bags. Like I mentioned, that's a new product that came out. It's the one that you have holding right there is bacon and egg. Pretty much morning breakfast or afternoon or about when they go to sleep. They get full quite easy. We've been doing a lot of research on the background with these type of products, and what happens, they get full right away, right immediately. Like I mentioned, it's a 2-in-1 product. It's wet.
2-in-1, you mean it's wet and dry? I'm sorry.
Correct. It's wet and dry. Okay, and it helps you save time, money, as well. Okay, and what kind of products do you guys carry?
Products such as what? I'm sorry.
Food. As
food, we like to go with IAMS, those kind of companies. With both actually the wet and the dry food, but sometimes it's kind of a hassle with having two different, carrying 2 different bags, and it becomes a pain.
I see. Okay, well, like I mentioned, Rise and Shine, it is a 2-in-1 bag, and it just helps you, like I mentioned, son of a bitch.
You were doing so great.
Just